This story comes to us from WRIC.com. The number of police officers pulled from their positions for dishonesty or excessive force is growing in Virginia. According to the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services master list, 146 officers have been decertified as of mid-January 2022.
More and more police officers kicked off the force here in Virginia. According to the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services master list, 146 officers have been decertified as of mid-January, meaning they're currently not allowed to serve as a law enforcement officer in the Commonwealth. More than half of the 146 officers decertified added since 2020, following a push for policing reforms in the wake of the murder of George Floyd. 46 officers added to the list in just the past 6 months. And a new law expanding the offenses for decertification to include excessive force and lying.
The department began keeping a list in 1999, and the increase in decertification follows a push for policing reforms in the wake of the murder of George Floyd. Now, as well as a new law expanding the offenses for decertification to include excessive force and lying. Well, that should have been, why are they just coming now? I guess things are changing in the world of law enforcement. Chesterfield Police Chief Colonel Jeffrey Katz, is that from Katzenjammer? Said we need to make sure only the best are serving. Well, that's what every police chief says. Katz placed 4 officers on the decertification in 2021 and has confirmed they are no longer with the department. Well, they'll go to another state and get recertified in another state. Katz said, I would say that our list of 4 people that we have submitted is a representative example of us policing ourselves. Why didn't you do it before? Why do it now? I don't know. Well, because the new law and everything. Why were they even with the department? See, these police chiefs are now going to come out of the woodwork and go, oh, we can decertify them now. Okay, well, let's go ahead and terminate them. Yeah, and they get them decertified. Why didn't you terminate them before? Just because they couldn't be decertified does not mean they couldn't be terminated for violations of policy. Yeah, it's a political move. It's a dog and pony show.
Also recently decertified, Hanover Sheriff's Deputy C. Ryan Payne, who was named Officer of the Year multiple times. A spokesperson for the Hanover Sheriff's Office told 8 News he can't speak to the specifics of the internal investigation. Public records list it was for reporting inaccuracies. Hanover confirms he no longer works for the department.
Katz spoke publicly last year about former Officer Brandon Hyde. His other name is Jekyll. I don't know. But Brandon Hyde, who was fired after an internal investigation revealed he solicited inappropriate photos from a 17-year-old girl.
Katz spoke publicly last year about former Officer Brandon Hyde, fired after an internal investigation revealed he solicited inappropriate photos from a 17-year-old girl.
This is a tough day for our community and for our department. Not because we arrested a former officer, but because we recognize that Mr. Hyde tarnished a badge we wear proudly.
Among the other 3 Chesterfield cops decertified, 2 for untruthful statements.
When somebody's conduct indicates that they shouldn't be held in a position of public trust, we have a responsibility to police them out of our profession.
Richmond police officer Richard Chinappy III, he's a third Chinappy, Richard Chinappy, was I'm sorry. This guy's name just kills me. There's a joke behind it. He was decertified in January. The joke was, I was going to say, Officer Dick Chinapple, Richard Chinappy III.
Decertified in January, Richmond police officer Richard Chianapi, who told 8 News how excited he was to join the department in 2017.
Feels great.
But last week, the officer pled no contest to felony animal cruelty charges after fatally shooting his fiance's dog and then lying about it to police. In a statement, Richmond police say Chianapi has been placed on administrative leave. He remains on administrative leave as the criminal process continues. which is where some say there are issues with the rollout of the new law. Each department seems to handle decertification and employment differently.
They may have been well-intentioned, but they were not thought out well.
Chinapi and others on the list have yet to have their due process. In addition, officers have a right to appeal and possibly get their certification back.
But here's the thing, is Virginia, I guess, is just getting tired of the crap. And they're just going to start pulling their certifications.